Hey, everybody, good morning here from, let's try this take number two. I guess my Wi-Fi is better here in the hotel room versus out in the balcony. Just excited to be here. It is Monday. I guess for a lot of you guys, it's Cyber Monday. So hopefully you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Go Cowboys. They won this Thanksgiving Day. It's hard to believe Thanksgiving. God, I look, I'm like, man, it was a few days ago, which it was a few days ago, about 4 days ago. So it is Monday. You're back at the office. You are back at work. You're back at doing stuff this Monday, the last Monday of November 2015. So, question I have for you: what are you going to do to make today different than any other Monday? Many of us roll in, we're like, "Oh, I got to have my coffee," or I got a case of the Mondays. I'm hungover from drinking too much last night. Trent, happy Thanksgiving to you guys as well, Trent. Like I said, we guys here at the Animal Kingdom Lodge in Orlando, here for a couple days of a little vacation beforehand. Before the mastermind kicks off this weekend here in Disneyland, or no, Disney World. Sorry, Walt Disney World Resort. So don't want to say Disneyland because we're not in California, we're in Florida. But anyway, I always like to say network like a numbnut. And what I mean by that is I had an article come out this morning on Inc.com. If you go to my Twitter account or on my Facebook account, you'll see below there's a post from Inc.com about building a network. And that's what this is all about. Because honestly, the end of Thanksgiving, first part of December, especially December, depending on how busy you guys are, is slower for a lot of people. And notes is actually a little busier for us because the fact is the end of the year, banks are looking to get rid of stuff. So stuff that we're working on, even though I'm here in Florida, I got a little bit of work to do this morning. My staff back home in Austin, when they get rolling the office here in 30 minutes to an hour, we'll be working on some things. So like we've got a bunch of bids that are coming in from a tape from our most recent fast track last week. So we're working those bids together. We're putting, I'm reaching out today and tomorrow and Wednesday to asset managers to get some new tapes in for our mastermind group this coming weekend. Got a couple new sources from last week I got to follow back up with. But when it comes down, I appreciate Cheryl. Thanks. Go Cowboys. Been a Cowboys fan since a little kid. So not a bandwagon fan. But anyway, networking like a numbnut. What do I mean by that? Well, when you're getting into something new, you have to build a database. And I think everybody is in database building mode. I don't care whether you're a DJ like my buddy Trent there is, who's trying to build a following online, or you're not trying but is doing a great job, getting into one of the top 10, top 20 DJs in the country. Whether you're a real estate investor, a realtor, mortgage broker, babysitter, it's all about that building a network. So in the Inc.com article, I talk about 3 ways to build a network. Okay, first one, going out networking clubs, meetup groups is one of the easiest ways to do it. It's easy to go do it there, but you've got to do one thing. You have to really reach out and say, hi, I'm brand new. My name is Scott. My name is Stephanie. My name is Jennifer. My name is Cheryl. My name is Mike. And actually network with people. That's the first thing. You got to build your network that way. A second way of building a network is going out and finding those that are successful at what you do. All right? Who is successful at what you're doing? So go out, see where they network, see where they go. Talk to the people that they talk to. Hey, what events should I go to? All right? Is there a convention I should go to where I can talk with like-minded people? I can meet like-minded people. People are going through the same struggles that I am. All right? And you also find conventions are great to go to, but hey, they cost some money. Especially if you're going to jump on a plane or hotel or stay somewhere nice. You got to eat hotel food once you've got a full fridge or kitchen. A lot of us don't have time once we arrive to run to the store, get food, and bring it back. Most of us are going straight to the event, and whether it's in Vegas or New York or Florida or California, wherever it's at, you're kind of, not I won't say held hostage, but you're hostage of what's available on site most of the time, unless you want to take a cab and go from there, which is okay. But when you start adding, thank you, Jennifer, for posting that. When you start looking at the cost to going to a convention, sometimes it doesn't make sense to buy a convention ticket. And what do I mean by that? Well, there are events that we're going to that are $1,500 a ticket, $700 a ticket, $250. I mean, that's what our Note Camp convention is what, $297 a ticket. You can pick it up today, Cyber Monday, for half off, like $100. But so one of the things I did early on when I was getting in the note business, I didn't have a lot of that extra cash for events, is I would dress still nice, dressed like I belonged, and I would go show up at the hotel bar where the event was being held. Or I would find the nearest bar that the event was being held at. So like if it was in Vegas, and I'll give you an example. Vegas, noteworthy convention was held at the Tropicana or the Palm. So I would go find out where I'd show up. I would still go to the hotel or go stay with friends in the area, show up to the hotel convention center, find where the nearest bar to the main conference room, and that's where I would camp out. And I'd start a bar tab. Because a bar tab is often a whole lot cheaper than a $1,500 ticket. Now, I've joked I've had bar tabs $300, $500,000, $2,000. When they get that 500 plus range, usually you're doing something pretty well. Hopefully it's not you drinking the entire time, because that's a lot of alcohol. You're not gonna get much stuff done effectively. But what happens is if you're sitting there hanging out and you're listening to conversations, it's okay to introduce you. Hey, I'm here. I'm also a note investor, or hi, I'm also this and this, and I hear you. I hear that you guys are doing. You guys enjoying the conference. Who's been your favorite speaker? What'll happen a lot of times is you'll get invited out to go to different things. You listen to those conversations, you'll meet people, and you'll get invited to dinner. You get invited to private parties, which you don't need to have a convention ticket to. Hey, come out and join us. Come to dinner and network with other people. And then sometimes the second day they're not so tight on security. You can just kind of sneak right on in and walk right in. You start hanging around places, they'll often say, "Oh yeah, okay, great." Sometimes they're not so hectic with the badges. Also, a lot of times the vendors will be out in the hallways, so you can go start networking with the vendors and find out what's going on with meet vendors and like-minded people to make things happen. So that's one of the tricks if you're brand new going to different events. You don't necessarily have to pay for the cost of admission. You can call and find out, hey, is there going to be a separate vendor room or vendor area? Find out as much information if you're tight on the budget, especially this time of year. All right. That's one of the tips that I used early on, and it helped dramatically. I would just go hang out and start a bar tab. Dress sport coat, dress nice, and just be my normal, rambunctious, extroverted self. Now, if you're introverted, I know it's not the easiest thing to walk up, but you have to listen. You have to listen in for keywords, what people are talking about. See what the badge looks like, and go up and introduce yourself with people. That's one of the easiest things to do to network like a numbnut. But one of the nice things too, as well, is if you're talking to vendors. In our type of work, we've got vendors like servicing companies, special servicers, custodians, foreclosure attorneys. Ask for referrals. Ask for people who are doing the same thing. Hey, one of the great things that I had early on is when I had my foreclosure attorneys handling stuff, I was like, hey, who else are you doing foreclosures with? Okay? Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you liking the tweet there. Hey, George, no problem. We'll catch you in the next one. Hey, Murray, good morning. Hey, Cody, good morning. Hey, everybody. Like I said, I would go back. I would literally ask my vendors, hey, who else are you dealing with? Who's else? Do you know somebody I could reach out to? I'm looking to network. I'm going to expand my network a little bit. And oftentimes, you'll get some of your best referrals from your vendors. All right? So that's a huge tip. Like, I called my attorney, hey, who else are you foreclosing on? And I said, oh, well, we're also doing business for these funds. I'll actually introduce you. Okay? Your title companies, if you're in a local area and you're not a nationwide business, talking to title companies if you're in real estate, or whoever is kind of your centrally focused hub. All right? Wherever that hub is that kind of connects all the spokes to the wheel is a great place to go ask for referrals, because they often refer you to some of the best people. If you're in real estate, title companies are the best way to not only get referred to other people, but also raise private capital. Hey, who else? Go and ask your title rep. Hey, who else do you know who's funding with cash, or who's lending money? Would you be willing to introduce them to me? You've got to do some business with them. You've got to refer them some business. Never just ask for a referral without doing business with them first. That's why your vendors are so important. It can be helpful, because if you're doing business with them, they're going to try to help you, because the more business you do, the more business you're going to refer them to. So that's a couple things. Anybody got any questions or comments about there? What are some of the creative things that you guys are doing to expand your network? One of the easiest things is LinkedIn, going out there and just connecting with like-minded individuals, doing a search. If you're in special assets, type in special assets or secondary marketing and finding other special marketing professionals, or doing portfolio managers, find people who are handling distressed assets who have that in their job title. That's a great way to reach out to. LinkedIn is a huge thing. And LinkedIn is really cool because actually after you connect with people online, you can export your database in LinkedIn. And now you've got a nice email list to reach out to people on a regular basis. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you posting that link there for the Cyber Monday stuff we got going on today. Switch my hand up here. There's absolutely a beautiful place we're staying at here. Animal Kingdom Lodge is one of our favorite places to stay here. It's great. We got Chase Thompson and Andrew Thompson and his mother-in-law and his 3 kids here too. And we got in late last night. About 11 here was the time we finally arrived here at the hotel and watching the kids run around. The kids are like, "So we're really at Disney, Dad?" It's great seeing that kind of stuff. Mike, that's right. REI Networks, Real Estate Investment Association meetings have been useful. That's a great thing. One thing, if you really want to take your REI networking club, go to like the National REIA Cruise. You'll network with a lot of investors across the country that way. Quest IRA has a IRA fund cruise they do a couple times a year. It's a great way to go network with people. Going to your local REIA groups in November, December aren't usually one of the highest attended events. The December event's usually a Christmas party, so they don't usually have too many speakers there. But like if you go definitely in January and February, those 2 months, go to your local club, you'll find more people at those. It's just like the gym memberships. People start out the first year, they want to do something in real estate. They want to make things happen. They want to set those goals, get started. So they go and start scratching their itch that way. And going and attending and networking in those times is huge. Go with a bunch of business cards, flyers. If you've got a deal you've worked on or a deal you just closed, that's a great marketing piece to post. Like Michael Norris, your deal that you did in Ocala, Florida, that you're working on, I would write that up and go to your local club. Hey, here's some deals that I'm working on. Any deals you may submitted offers on. Get out and network in December and January and February at your groups. Find out a convention to go to, because trust me, if you'll fork over the money or the travel costs for a convention, you're invested. You got to do something with it. You can't just pay $20 to a REIA club and show up and expect things to happen. You've got to literally show up and network. It all comes down to old-fashioned networking like a numbnut. Business cards, shaking hands, kissing baby. Well, maybe not kissing the baby's part, but shaking hands, having a flyer, standing up from the crowd, and not going and sitting in a seat and being quiet and hoping that nobody talks to you. You can't do that. I see that happen way too many times out there. Nicole, thank you for posting this. You guys, if you'd like to catch our previous 14 episodes of the Nook Closers, I guess this is episode 15. You can click on that the channel there. Thanks for posting that this morning, Nicole. I love it. My staff is up and rocking and rolling right off the bat this morning. Good job, everybody. Love it. I'll give you guys a phone call here shortly. But that's a good thing. I'm here. They're on time in the office. They're working. They're doing their stuff. That's a beautiful thing. I'm going to have to travel more. No, travel less. But networking like a numbnut, guys. It's not anything difficult. There are great ways to do it. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. You can do things that are budget-based and really make things. Heck, if you can't make it out to a local investment club or you're kind of in a remote area, jump on meetup.com. And you can look at real estate investment clubs all across the country in your big markets. There's literally hundreds of clubs that have thousands of members that you can join at no cost at meetup.com. And oftentimes they've got discussion boards or their mailing lists that you can connect with and send an email. Hey, I got a database, or I got a deal I'm working on that you can post to their database. Or you can reach out to the presidents of those clubs, especially if you're out of those areas, but you find a deal in that market, and the presidents or someone in that club will help promote for you as well. So, any questions? What are you guys out there doing this Monday morning? What is your biggest goal to get done this week? Anybody got anything you want to share? We got a few people here in town. We got Elijah and Christy Whites from Austin flew in. It's been a couple fun days here in Disney World. We got Karen and Philip Peterson also here in Orlando as well, over at Coronado Springs. Looking forward to hanging with them a little bit this week as well. Well, so what else are we working on? Well, just because it's kind of Monday doesn't mean we don't have things to do. So we, like I said, I got to get these bids that we got to get in combined. We got to get that done today. We got a little bit of some marketing for Cyber Monday marketing. Let's see here. Murray says phone call, some leads today. That's good. Don't just, one of the big things too about phone call, Murray, I'm going to give that pointer to you, is always, keep your phone calls short and sweet, less than 5 minutes if you can. If you have a 5-minute conversation that drags up to 50, if it was somebody you know and you're networking with or somebody you have caught up with, that's okay. But people are always busy, so if you can keep your phone calls straight to the point and short and sweet, I always love those. I'm at the point now where I'd rather somebody text me versus call me. Because the fact is, I would rather them text me because I can communicate on my own terms and control that versus their terms. Okay? That's one of the big things that's important to me. Hey, how can we communicate? I love the fact that my voicemail now has it where it'll transcribe it. Somebody leaves a voice message, it'll transcribe it. I can read it and then respond back with a text message and answer it, especially if I'm traveling or in the middle of something, or especially if it's after 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock on the weekend. All right? No problem, Murray. Glad to help. Study the blueprint. That's funny. Yeah, you should not be studying the blueprint during the day. That's something you should do after hours at night. You want to do the most productive thing at any given moment. And studying something during the day isn't the best thing when you could be making phone calls. You could be reaching out. You could be calling asset managers. You could be doing other things to make things happen. You want to do the most productive thing at any given moment. And phone calls are great, all right, as long as they make sense in the time they do. Yeah, you can't make phone calls in the evening, so I wouldn't be waiting until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon to get around to it, especially if you're calling work numbers, because most people will be going and gone. Michael Norris says, prepping funding partners. That's great, getting them ready to rock and roll. Mike, if you have not sent them a deal scenario, get a deal scenario. Hey, here's what we're looking for. Here's what we're doing. That's going to be a big thing for you here especially for the next 2-3 weeks when you're looking to get stuff closed before the end of December. All right? Making sure you're getting your proof of funds letters, your pledge emails letters. All right? That's the good stuff to do. What else are you guys working on this Monday? I want to thank you guys for commenting. People that are liking it. Loving it that you guys are liking it. Appreciate it so much. Thanks for reacting. Makes it a little bit easier to do. Networking. One of the great things that I did earlier on when I was on my 3-year road trip, I literally spent like 3 years traveling countries. I would go to cities and I would find when their investment clubs would meet. And I would just go hang out. I'd go network and meet people locally. And that helped me build a database. Now, I know I'm in a position where I would, not many people can just sell everything and move, hit the road for 3 years. I get that. But when you do travel, hey, make that trip a write-off if you can at that point. Go by. Find out when the investment club's meeting. Go out and hang out if you can. Go network with people locally. And then it makes it for such a warmer relationship when you meet somebody face-to-face versus just online. Okay? All right, guys. Well, you guys don't have anything else this morning. That's networking like I'm Numbnut. Make sure and go on and check out the tweet from Inc.com. Share it, like it across the board. Really appreciate that. Help get the word out on it. It's a great little video on simple tips to, network with people. One of the things I also mentioned in the video was using affiliates. There's different people, especially if you're offering a product deal. In real estate, if you're teaching classes, and they often have affiliate splits. If you're teaching a class, you can often split. If you sell it, hey, everybody gets 50-50. But if you're not teaching something, you also offer up people a $500 bonus or something like that. They help you find a funding partner or somebody to buy your deal, a bird dog fee. $500,000 bucks is pretty normal. That's great, especially if they've got a big database, they've got a large network that you don't have, something you can tap into. Okay. You may also want to take some time to write a blog or create an ebook of some sort. Write about what you're focused on. Write about your marketing. A piece of content can be very effective as well in sharing to your affiliates and to your vendors, calling your vendors. Hey, I just wrote this great little blog. Anybody might be interested in using it to their database and having them share it across the board. That's a great way to do it as well. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate it. Go Cowboys exactly as well. One of the things I learned when I was a freshman in college, or right before my freshman year in college, I was a Cowboys fan. So I actually had an athletic scholarship and an academic scholarship to East Texas State University. It's now Texas A&M Commerce. It's outside of Dallas. And every summer there for a while, Jay Novacek, who was the all-pro tight end for the Cowboys, would host a football camp there. Now, his college offensive or college head coach, I guess from the University of Idaho, where we went to college, Coach Lawrence was the offensive coordinator for the college that I was playing ball at. And so him and Jay would partner up and have this football camp every year. And so there'd be hundreds and hundreds of kids, anywhere from 5 years old all the way up to high school, coming out to the football camp. And when I worked there, I was in charge of about a 28-year-old kids, 28-year-old boys, all right? And very long days for 2 weeks, basically. Now, one of the great things I learned was Jay Novacek would treat everybody the same. He would stay late to sign autographs. He always treated every kid, every parent, every counselor, the coaches, everybody with the same type of respect. And that wasn't always the case. He'd have a lot of the first week, it was a 2 weeks, a 1 week long camp for 2 weeks. And the first week there was often rookies that came out. And they were always really great because they were just excited to be there and provided. The second week he'd have all the big guys, the big guns, Troy and Charles Haley and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin come out. And while those guys would be great hanging out, they weren't always the most warmth and responsive to people. Yeah, they'd be out there for a little bit having fun. Don't get me wrong, great people. But a lot of times when they got finished in the field, they were in the locker room just hanging out with each other. They weren't really out there hanging out. And I think if you're going to be successful in this business, you've got to get out there and constantly press palms and network with people. You got to be out there and in the public and just sharing information. You got to, no, I won't say networking at a high level, because a lot of times it's one-on-one. It's just being out there and having a face, providing content, providing stuff out there, providing a face, face to a name, a handshake to a name. Those are important things that I learned. Is no matter, he was always constantly going, hey guys, come on out. Come on out. We got people out here. Come on out. I know you guys like here, hanging here, telling stories about everything and just having a good time and drink cold beer after everything's done. But let's go out. We got kids. We got people. Let's go out and network with people. It's just a week. It's one night or something like that. So if I can challenge any of you guys here between now and the end of the year, go find a new networking event, a new convention, something new. Go hang out. Because this time of year is when everybody's really friendly most of the time. Christmas parties, holidays, wine clubs are a great place to go network. As long as you don't drink too much. Okay? So go out, network, find something new to go to here before the end of the year, and go do it. Go be merry. Go have fun. And we'll see you guys, hopefully, at the top. So, Scott Carr signing off. Note Closer Show. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the likes and shares. Please go on to either my Twitter account, One Scott Carson, or Inc.com's Twitter. Check out the post they did earlier. Share that. Feel free to enjoy it. I think it'll be helpful out there when you're out networking like a numbnut later today. So, thanks, Sarah. Thanks, George. Thanks, everybody, for liking it, sharing, giving me the love. And we'll see you guys tomorrow from AKL here in Orlando. Bye, everybody.